with Hot Rick delivering an emotional conclusion that mostly centered on Rick and Beth, who were at the center of the action. Rick and Morty Season 8 saved the best for last. Critics have given Rick and Morty Season 8 positive reviews, but fans' opinions of the most recent episode are far more divided, with some of the excursions falling flat. Even said, Episode 10 would be difficult for even the most critical viewer to ignore because Hot Rick deftly highlighted Rick's bond with Beth while delving into some of his worst shortcomings. Their relationship was only made more difficult by Memory Rick's return, as he looked for a memory of Diane while trying to restore Beth's early years. When the memories inside Beth's head became sentient and began to influence her decisions in real life, including nearly killing Space Beth, it caused all kinds of chaos. Her internal tension consequently boiled over, creating a dramatic conclusion that solidified Hot Rick as one of the greatest Rick and Morty episodes in years. Despite his good intentions, Memory Rick's impact on Beth's thoughts became unmanageable, leading him to save his daughter, but not in the conventional way. Memory Rick began influencing Beth's memories after he entered her head via the ant farm brain that Rick had constructed. He tried to change her early years and be there for her. But since he used Beth's recollections to help him locate the memory of Diane that Rick had erased from himself, it appeared that this was all part of a scheme to make up with Diane. After completing his goal, Memory Diane revealed to one of Beth's memories that she wasn't real, which caused Beth's mind to go into disarray. As Beth's memories developed sentience and began to seek out Memory Rick and Memory Diane, Beth started to lose it and became fixated on rescuing her family. She drove wildly into a cliff as a result, and Rick and Space Beth just managed to save her. Beth attempted suicide, but fortunately Rick was able to calm her down and make himself more available for his daughter before she changed her mind. Unfortunately, this didn't help her get out of her predicament. Although Beth is still aware and affected by what happened, it seems her memories of the event were wiped. A major theme in The Curix's Case of Benjamin Button was that Rick overcomes some of his shortcomings in Season 8 by becoming more open to his daughter. However, Hot Rick's ending really brought home the depth of emotion that Rick and Morty can create at their best, making it a truly memorable finale. At the beginning of the episode, Jerry's problems appeared to be resolved by his thoughts, but Beth might need more time to recover. She appears to know what happened, which explains why she is so depressed in the final moments, even though she no longer possesses the sentient memories that led her to lose control. Beth's brief appearance of killing Space Beth during her breakdown will surely have a significant effect on them both, particularly since Rick and Morty Season 8 examined Beth's harsh upbringing. It is even more unsettling that Beth almost killed her possible clone because the two have experienced a lot together and appear closer than before. Beth will be aware that it happened along with her almost killing herself, even if she doesn't recall doing it. This is the kind of trauma that is difficult to overcome. Although it appears likely that she will return to her normal self in Season 9, Beth's genuine memories may still be impacted by the events of Hot Rick in the future. A pivotal moment that could make Mr. Poopy Butthole the antagonist of Season 9 is presented in the post-credits scene at the conclusion of Rick and Morty's Season 8 finale. The post-credits scenes of Rick and Morty's season finales have included Mr. Poopy Butthole breaking the fourth wall to comment on the episode's major storyline events since Season 2. As is customary, Mr. Poopy's but appears to address the audience and break the fourth wall at the conclusion of Rick and Morty Season 8, Episode 10, Hot Rick. As he commemorates the conclusion of Season 8, he says that the episode in which Jerry was transformed into the Easter Bunny was his favorite. However, for a surprise reveal, the camera moves back. Mr. Poopy Butthole typically makes an appearance in the post-credits tag of each season finale to offer commentary on the entire season and generate excitement for the upcoming one. However, the post-credits scenes in the finales have evolved into a mini-serialized plot arc of their own for the last two seasons. Still grieving after his divorce, Mr. Poopy Butthole utilized a stolen portal pistol to enter a parallel dimension in which his family never abandoned him in the Fear No Mort Season 7 finale. He entered his house by assuming the identity of his other self. Amy, his wife, was immediately revealed to be wary of this new side of her husband. This development is continued in the post-credits scene of the Season 8 finale. The camera cuts back as Mr. Poopy Butthole reflects on the events of Season 8, revealing that he is being imprisoned in an enigmatic facility under scientific observation. Amy has discovered that her husband is a fraud and has reported him to the appropriate authorities, as this scene makes clear. The scientists are perplexed by the readings on their machines as they keep an eye on Mr. Poopy Butthole and verify that he is not the version of Amy's husband from this reality. They inform Amy that nothing in their reality corresponds to his atomic vibrations. It's fascinating that the word reality was chosen because a reality and a universe may not be the same. This may be a simple sentence indicating that Mr. Poopy Butthole is not from the universe he claims to be from, or it could be a prelude to an intriguing plot point. The implication could be that Mr. Poopy Butthole came from somewhere outside the central finite curve. Perhaps he is being positioned as Rick and Morty Season 9's antagonist. He might even hold the secret to Diane's return. 4. An actor from Rick and Morty Season 2 will play a new character in the upcoming spin-off, according to information unveiled at this year's San Diego Comic-Con. Rick and Morty Season 8 premiered in May, and the long-running animated sci-fi comedy is still going strong. However, the franchise has revealed a new spin-off to go along with the adventures of the titular pair. At San Diego Comic-Con, it was revealed that veteran actor Keith David would return to the role of President Curtis in an upcoming Adult Swim spin-off. The President, who was initially featured in the second season of the main show, would be in the spotlight. However, another well-known voice from that year will return. Screen Rant was present at San Diego Comic-Con when it was revealed that Jim Rash would provide the voice of a half-laricon character in the President Curtis spin-off. Rash, who is well known for his voice in the sitcom Community, was the voice of Glexo Slimslim in Rick and Morty Season 2 before most recently appearing in Ballard on Prime Video. Following the Commander-in-Chief and his wacky staff is President Curtis. They concentrate on issues that Rick Sanchez would never care about, such as paranormal investigations, interdimensional diplomacy, and general inexplicable happenings. Stephanie Beatriz, a former cast member of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, is part of the voice cast in addition to Curtis and Rash. Dan Harmon, the creator of Rick and Morty, and James Siciliano are behind the project. They co-executive produce with Steve Levy, Monica Mitchell, and Danielle Alaric. Following Rick and Morty, the anime, it is the most recent spin-off in the franchise. With Rick and Morty Season 9 currently in production, the main series has a bright future as well. Every offshoot has approached the long-running spin-off from a unique perspective. At first sight, this most recent one seems like the X-Files filtered through Rick and Morty. Having a cast of voice actors that are all true pros so far is helpful. A legend in voice acting is Keith David. Rash and Beatriz each have a number of noteworthy roles, with Beatriz anchoring the Disney blockbuster Encanto and playing a key part in BoJack Horseman. They will only make the spin-off stronger as they formally join the Rick and Morty cast.